Hey, this video is being made to cover the skill and rune changes that were just talked about on a post from Jay Wilson about the Diablo 3 beta. Now, I know I haven't covered any of these in the past, but I'm probably going to start doing them as they come out, and probably going to start playing a little more of the Diablo 3 beta. I put out one video that nobody watched, like nobody watches any of my videos, but you know, that's fine. I like Diablo 3. I'm going to start playing it more. I might put out some videos, maybe not, maybe just one or two, but I'm not going to read this entire article. Basically what they talked about is the new skill system. It's more or less going to consist of primary abilities, secondary abilities, and sort of other ones, where your primary ability is only able to be equipped in your left click, your secondary is only able to be equipped in your right click, and I would imagine 1 through 4. And the game sort of guides you and lets you know how spells are going to work and where you should put them primary and secondary, so you know, okay, my Fist of Thunder for a monk is you know, going to be my primary ability, and that's the one that's going to build my energy, and my Tempest Rush is going to be a secondary, and that's going to use it. So it kind of makes it noob friendly. That's what they're going for, an easy to learn, hard to master sort of idea, and they're really going with this easy to learn thing. Now, if you're listening to that and you're saying, "Oh, I have to equip certain skills in certain places," well, that's dumb. I agree with you. However, they're going to do this thing called elective mode, which means it'll basically put it back to normal. You can pick whatever skills you want. You can have all primary skills at one time if you want. You don't have any secondary skills. You can have all secondary skills. So basically, you're free to build any build, I guess, that you want to do, and you're allowed to have any spec that you want. You can play it how you want it. Because honestly, I mean, you get to the nightmare modes and stuff like that, you're going to be building your character a very specific way, and there's a way that you want to play it, and maybe that's not going to be the way that, you know, it works without that elective mode. So at least they give that option in there, because otherwise I think that would cause quite a shitstorm if they forced you to use, you know, primary and secondary abilities as they see fit. And you don't have to be on nightmare mode or anything. You can do that right off the bat from normal mode. You don't have to unlock it in any way. So there's that. It doesn't really affect us if we just use elective mode, to be honest. Another thing they talked about are runes. Now, runes, from, you'll remember from Diablo 2, were like gems and skulls and stuff. You could put them in your weapons, and depending upon how you actually rune them in, they would give you different benefits and buffs and different, like, sets almost. And they were like, what, 4 or 5 different categories, or sort of what was it, rarities of it. So you'd have like a Eth rune, and you'd have like a major Eth rune or whatever, and there were so many of them, and it would crowd your friggin' stash like no other, and you'd have to find them and keep them and convert them and do all this other shit. You had to figure out, oh, how am I going to put them in, you know, this way, that way, and if you screwed it up and you put them in wrong, then you were screwed and you lost your runes. It was a big pain in the ass, but people liked them, and you really needed to have those runes if you were playing on the harder difficulties. So they wanted to find out, you know, what can we do with runes in Diablo 3? Well, now they're just doing what's called skill runes. Now, if you've ever played World of Warcraft, which you probably friggin' have, think of it as, I guess, what I got out of it was thinking of it like glyphs almost. You put it in and it will modify your ability. It's more advanced than glyphs. So basically, every level you're going to be unlocking skill runes or a skill, and skill runes will basically just buff it, your skill in some way. So say they've got this here, a mid-20s demon hunter choosing a skill and it's a rune variant. So they've got a spell here, chemical burn. And so let's say you've got that, and you get to pick a different sort of variant of it. It sounds to me like kind of what they're doing in the Mist of Pandaria for World of Warcraft, where basically you've got a type of ability, and you can pick of 1 to 3, almost like that. But it's not so cut and dry like that. It's the same ability, but you have different skill runes that can alter it in different ways. So you got an ability, and then you alter it to be stronger in X aspects. So say it's a magic bolt. Let's say maybe one skill rune is going to make the bolt bigger, one's going to make it shoot faster, and one's going to make the explosion bigger. I don't know exactly how it's going to work. That didn't say, but that's basically what it sounds like. You can say, oh, I'm a wizard and I have all the same skills as you. However, I chose the different skill runes, and so my spells react and work a little bit differently. And so there's not going to be any different rarities. You're just going to unlock the skill runes as you level up, and they're saying you're going to be unlocking something every single level after level 6 up to level 60, which they've said is the cap. And starting at level 6 you'll be able to do that, and they said the patch should be live. I haven't checked. I haven't updated Diablo 3 to see if it is live yet, but that means that we'll be able to, in the beta now, finally get to play with runes. So I'm probably going to make a video about that tonight or tomorrow, and I'll have it up in the next day or two, and I'll be showing how the rune system actually works, and hope that I didn't actually get it completely fucking wrong in this video and sound like a dumbass, but nobody watches it anyway, so that's fine. Basically that's all they talked about. Skills and runes sounds pretty cool. Skills doesn't really affect us if we use the elective mode. The rune system, they finally sort of sounds like they fleshed it out completely, and I'm finding it pretty cool. I can't really complain about it right now. I did not like the rune system in Diablo 2. It was a big pain in the ass, and I'm really glad they did it this way, and then I'm gonna get into the game and see how it works, and I'll let you know. Thanks for watching.